Dairy farmers, using more proven AI and less stock bulls has dramatically reduced the amount of calving assistance required on farm. However, problems still occur and veterinary assistance is normally required.
I'm gently going to manipulate the head back up into position, and there it is now. It's just engaging in the pelvis. And there we have it. Calf is in a small little bit of distress.
You'll go in straight away, Tom, with the injectable.
With the injectable, if I can get it. I'll just get the gel now.
Clearing out his nose, Tom?
Yeah, clear out his nose. Just get a small bit of the gel. Put it there underneath the tongue. Rub it around the nostrils. This calf hasn't taken a breath.
So you have him sitting upright, Tom. You place the calf in a kind of an upright position.
Place the calf in an upright position. Just to stimulate him to breathe. Small bit of cold water maybe into the ear. Just put the calf in, sitting up on his chest that there's no pressure on either side. Just repeat this. There we have it.
Robert, these calves are fed once a day. Why once a day, and remind me how much they drink?
Well, we feed them 4.5 litres of milk per day. The reason being once a day is because we can feed them at a time that suits ourselves. So while they're drinking, we'll be just checking to make sure that they're all latched on and drinking accordingly. And
if you see a calf not sucking or off form, what happens?
well, very simple. We take her home, take her back to the yard, get her back to normal, and then bring her back out again.
When the calves are finished drinking, where do they go?
They go back out to the field. When they're full, they'll wander away out, they'll lie down for an hour or two, digest some of the milk, and then they have access to hay and meal for the day.
Robert, how did you choose this paddock for the calves?
Well, we looked for a field that we had shelter, both the south and the west, where the wind would blow over their backs when you have a wintry day.
Do the calves eat much grass?
No, very little. We keep meal available to the calves at all times, topping up the feeder every day from the barrel we leave in the field. We can move the feeder around the field if it gets mucky around the base, and we also have flaps on the feeder to keep the crows away.
As the cows enter the parlour, the first thing you notice is that they flow into a circular collecting yard. No sharp turning and a natural flow for a large herd. A water-driven backing gate with scraper operated from the pit allows the milker to keep cows moving towards the parlour without having to get out into the collecting yard. The entrance to the parlour is wide and uncovered so as not to obstruct the cow's view. There's a long lead-in rail splitting the herd either side well before they enter the parlour. There is a lot of daylight streaming in the roof and sides of the parlour. No sidewalls on the parlour mean the cows are not cut off from the rest of the animals and can see what is happening around them.
Automatic drafting on the parlour as well, and as I explained to you already, we have the automatic cluster removers. And also with the cluster removers, if they don't come off, we have a chain which sits behind the cow, and a cow can go a second rotation without her backing off the parlour.
Explain to me how you're sowing the crop today, and is there any other way of sowing the crop?
Yes, Jack, what we're doing here is we're doing a min-till operation. We first of all passed a heavy 8-ton disc over it twice, and now we're passing a 1-pass Valder style drill on the field to sow the crop.
Well, we're comparing the conventional system with your winter housing, where the cows are indoors eating silage during the winter, versus the cows on kale who are going out grazing kale for 70-80 days during the winter. So effectively they're out grazing 365 days of the year.
Yeah, I estimate a cover here of 2,000. It has an ME value of 11.5 ME. It's going to last 41 days. It's what I want.
It's exactly what you want for this time of the year.
Yeah, perfect quality grass, yeah.
What's it delivering to the tank?
Well, cows are milking 12.5 kilos with a protein of 4% and a butter fat of 4.5%. Like that's milk solids of 1.06 kilos of solids per cow.
Michael, are you happy the way this was grazed off?
Yeah, I'd be more than happy with this is grazed off.
What's the plan for this paddock next spring?
This will get urea in mid-January, and by mid-March this will be fit for grazing.
You've cows calving in the first week in February, Michael. Where will they start grazing?
There's a paddock here now behind you, close off in mid-October, and let's go and have a look at it.
But Michael, there's a great cover grass in this one now. Would you be tempted to graze this off the end of November?
Maybe 5 years ago I probably would graze it, but it's too valuable to me in the spring now not than to graze it off now.
Today, we've seen the fundamentals of good autumn grazing management. 1. Using the strip wire to graze high quality covers. 2. Cleaning out paddocks properly at this time of the year to facilitate excellent growth next spring. 3. Closing paddocks in time in the autumn and resisting the temptation to graze them at the end of the autumn. 4. Using measurement and budgeting to drive the right decisions. We'll see the results of this autumn grazing management next spring. Michael, we've had 3 times the amount of rain in January than we get in a normal year. Paddocks must be saturated. How does this affect management?
Well, Jack, we're back to the basics of grazing management again. You can see here today, we bring the cows through a strip of ungrazed grass to bring them to the back in the paddock, and we're also using a strip wire to protect what was grazed yesterday.
Michael, listen to what you're saying. That's a €5,000 saving on ration, an €8,000 saving on silage, and a stronger milk check by €10,000. That's a €23,000 turnaround over 75 cows, €300 per cow over 2 months.
Yes, that's the value of better breeding, grass, compact calving. As you can see here, the sheds are empty, there are a few dry cows. The only activity in the yard now is the milking parlour.
It's the first week in June. We are back in Skibbereen. On our way down, we have seen silage cut all over the place. I see our man burning diesel as well. Let's find out why.
Topping is not a big issue anymore. We're finished topping now for the year. The key is to keep pre-grazing yields under 1500, get the cows to clean out the paddocks well and match supply and demand.
Michael, we have followed you pretty much through a grazing year. Why bother with all this measuring and budgeting?
For me, it's about producing quality grass for those cows who calve compactly. 15 years ago, we had 30 cows calving from Christmas Day to the races in Ballabri, and that's in August. Now we will calve 100 cows and it will be all over and done with in 12 weeks. In my opinion, it's about producing quality milk, and grazed grass have to be a part of the family farm.